Okay, so for those who are following the channel and haven't got any interest in the whole thing, the PAA. So we competed at the weekend down in Spondon, here in the UK, and the Novice Nationals. So the day was a great event. We only had three arm wrestlers from the team competing on the day. We had Tom, you know as Scoot. We had Emmanuel, you know as Chop, and me, Slim. Dylan came down to support, Keelan came down to support. Yeah, but we went down there feeling confident, and Chop didn't get the result he wanted, was struggling to get that power down. It seemed like he was getting the starts he wanted. It seemed like he was happy in the setup, but just getting out horsepower. So we're gonna have to look into that, because on the practice table, I feel like he's got a groove, and when he's in it, he can put the power down. So it's just, I mean, he's young though, was he? I think he's 19, Chop is. Tom came completely overweight, out of his weight class. He was hoping to be in the under 95s, which I reckon would have caused some definite issues for some of the guys. And but being in the under 105s, those guys, I mean, you had to get too much right. I mean, I think his hand is strong, but I mean, you're dealing with kind of completely different animals up in that weight class. But he got a pin, and he left the day feeling happy. And when I gripped up with him on the side table, man, he really feels hard to grip up and get right with, because he's got a groove. And if he could get into it with just a bit more to back it up, just a bit more, a bit more power in the surrounding areas, just to kind of, if it does kind of stop a little bit, to have that little bit more side pressure and a little bit more cup back pressure. I mean, with all that hand and height, it can definitely be a weapon. At under 95s, I don't think he wants no part of the under 105s. So, and then, okay, so, but I think we all had a good day. I think we all enjoyed it. And especially, it's definitely it's an amazing way to kind of evaluate where you've been and how you've come. Because last time I went, I thought I was strong, and I don't think I'm any stronger this time to the last tournament I went to. But just simply being aware of, look, if you are allowed to load, if you get away with loading, load. Make sure you load that hand up. Make sure you're getting what you want. If you're going to top roll, make sure you're into the fingers enough, just so when you go, you don't get flashed. Because I was just getting flashed. It didn't even look competitive. And that's just a rookie mistake. So you make the mistakes, you go away, you practice, you bring it back to the table, the new version. I've definitely got things to go away and learn. But let's get to me. So when I got to the table, I came against this Northern Ireland gentleman, and yeah, he wasn't feeling the whole. It was his first tournament as well, so I didn't know whether he was trying to out hustle me or vice versa, or whatever. So I'm gripping him up, left hand, and he's like, "Yo, he's loaded, he's loaded." The woman, she just took his word for it. She was like, "Warning," like that. She didn't feel it, she didn't see it. He just goes, "He's loaded." So it's amazing just what you can verbalize and get on that setup. So now he's winning. I'm 1 morning in. But anyway, it didn't really matter. I still stuck to the game plan, Joe. Just still get what you want. Load. I mean, but you just got to be sneaky. because there was matches where I was also almost redlined loading up, because he was loading up back. He was happy to load, I'm happy to load, we're staying centre, wrists are straight. So it's just like, you know, and then it's just like when the brakes are off, ready go. It's just like, who can tip that scale in whose favour? Does he reach me and I'm pulling him over to my side? I mean, it's crazy, you know, when you kind of feel like you've got everything you want. Right, so I got some good wins. Made them look easy. When it came my way, it looked easy. But the guys I was struggling with, I don't know if I even got top rolled by anyone. I feel like my setup was really protect my hand, asking for the low strap, gripping really high, and all the other kind of magic that I'm trying to do. Let's see where I'm at. Stop. But guys, even when I felt like I was, maybe I needed to back pressure more. Maybe I was trying to be too subtle. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There was containing me and turning me slightly palm up and dragging me into a hook out of my high post and top roll, and that was it. I couldn't drag out of it. I probably would have been a lot better just to engage. I didn't realise that my inside game did feel kind of sweet on the after pulling table. And I was thinking, look, I could hang with these guys. But I just thought, let's roll with the Travis Bagent style. Let's go straight up high post and top roll every single match. And when the wins come like that, there's not a whole lot of wear and tear on the arm. The arm felt super fresh. It was just like, grip up, yeah, you hang it. Look, my hand didn't even really get fatigued, because I'm training this shit all the time with scaffolding bars and stuff, so my hand felt supreme. And it was just like, ready to go, lean over to the side, boom, finish, flex. That was it. Then it's just, everyone else, you see them in these screamers, and I'm just like, mate, I ain't got no part of that. It's like, look, you know, you've only got so many of those in you. So I felt great. But yeah, I needed to engage with some of these guys. One of the ones I lost, which was my last loss on my right arm, was to a guy who pressed me. I felt like I had him on the left, didn't realise, I mean, I couldn't see, I was so blind to just get in. I couldn't really focus on him too much. I was focused massively on my setup. I was focused on, I didn't realise that, I thought my move was kind of working so well, and it worked well on him on the left hand, that if I just get what I get, that I was thinking, Travis Bagent, don't worry about what you're doing. I want to make you worry about what I'm doing. You know, set up, make it awkward to grip onto me, make it hard to get around me. And then when I go, I'm just going. You just get to, you just really, by the time it's to go, it's just too late. But he managed to get round, dump on my bicep. Nah, if I had low-handed, but my wrist, I've been struggling with wrist pains for a while, and didn't really feel it. You know, in the moment, I felt okay. But if I'd low-handed, and I could have kind of popped him out of that, or if I just gripped him and just tried to turn him, and my elbow position was wrong. So I was on the right corner, where if I budged over to the left, it would have took the angle away a bit more. I got told on the last competition, they goes, oh, when someone's doing that, when they're going for the press, like Ethan Fisher pressed me last time, you know, bring them over so they can't quite get the angle round to get the dump on. You know, bring them back to kind of straighten them up so they're kind of not quite in that. They don't want to press like, they want to press so like this, so they can get over the hand. They don't want to press like that, unless they're supreme. But anyway, I did well. I still felt like I went there and I could picture gold. I wanted gold, which we all want gold. But do you really want gold? Because if you get gold, you're a pro. But I wanted it. I mean, I go there. I mean, I want the glory. I want to stand there in front of everybody, scream my name, Slim Rob. But it wasn't to be. So we dust ourselves off. The team come together. We might have a new guy who's going to be supreme. And luckily enough for us, he isn't experienced, because if he was an experienced, if he'd had a year in, well, I don't think we'd be able to give him much. I think he would just, from his success at the weekend, he's been on the table 6 times. He's just, we call him Dave the Hands. I call him his hands, man. Hands of a super heavyweight. Incredible. We're going to bring him in, welcome him in. We had Michael, aka Cornerstone. He was the guy who was lifting us all up, forcing us to redline to get anywhere with him. I believe this guy's going to be the same. His hands may even be bigger than Michael's. He'll pull differently than Michael, but hopefully when Michael comes back, those two at it. That will be good. When Michael just can't get what he wants with that, Michael's just, he's good, causes people problems. One of the standouts of the weekend was a guy, to me, there was a winner from the weight class below, 73 kilos or 72 kilos, the weight class below me. I'm pretty sure he would have crushed everybody in my weight class above under 86ers. His name was Shane Salmon. Shane Salmon is coming for all the pros. He won comfortably on, I'm trying to think if he did win on the other hand. He won left and right. I'm sure he must have. I'm trying to think if anyone could have stood in his way. I don't think they could have. Surely not. I mean, I felt that guy on the practice table, and he was just going through me like a hot knife through butter. I mean, which isn't really maybe saying much, buddy. So I shouted Connor Sales over. I was like, "Yo, Connor, check this guy out. Grip up with this dude, mate." Poof! Just rolling his wrist like a well-oiled hinge. Just, and yeah, I mean, to me, it felt as strong as anyone has ever gripped up. So that shows it's just a category out of where I can even measure. Because when I grip up with James Wall, yeah, it's just there's nothing. He just brick walls me, aka James Wall. It's hard for him to feel me. It looks like he's waiting for me to do something, and we realise we can't have this exchange. We're not speaking the same language, and that's what Shane Salmon does. Just holds me. It's like, oh yeah, we can't do this, can we? It's like, you can't feel me. Nor can James Wall, nor can Shane Salmon. So it's interesting where he's at. You know, can he deal with some of these guys? Straight away, I started thinking, Tom Mitchell. I started thinking Urban Armstrong, Ted the Alf Wilson. I mean, straight away, those are some good matches. But I like the matchup because similar kind of stature, size-wise, height-wise, as Tom the Postman. Let's get it done. So, as a recap, I don't know if this was interesting to you. I mean, some of you guys are watching the videos, and you may be following the journey. But we came fourth. From last time, we got annihilated. So who knows? Maybe in a year's time, we can get a medal. But packed category we was in, well, I was in the 86 kilo guys. I think there was 33 pullers. So it was always going to be a bit of it was just talent rich. There was it was hard to know who was really good and who wasn't, because when you do everything you want to do, all you can do is ready, go. And it's either you win or you lose. I mean, and if you pulled again with what you know about each other, the result could be completely different. So that's how sometimes it feels like it's on a knife edge. But that's my rant. I thought I might as well express what we're doing, because some of you guys might be involved in just like, how was it? How did you get on? But fourth, Novice Nationals. Thank you to my team, to the Slim Rock Wrestlers. Thank you to Dave, who may be coming in to help us out and come train with us. Thank you to Chop, to Scoop, to Tuck, to The Wrist. And, if I'm forgetting some names, guys who come down and help us out. Lightning Lewis. We got the King, Fisher. Actually, I'm just going to watch his video before I start work. So bless you guys. Thank you very much for listening in. And Have a great day.